comic book fans, and welcome to another exciting edition of Cammy's Comic Corner. I'm your host as always, Cammy. Now, unfortunately, I couldn't find a pick of the week. However, don't let your spirits get down. I have a contest at the end of the episode. So, it's going to be something that you don't want to miss because it has kind of something to do with the books I'm reviewing this week. So, let's get right into the Fast Five. First up from DC, we have Blackest Night #2. Now, over the years, it's always been a discussion of Aquaman and how he's just doesn't belong in the Justice League, just talks to fish. Guy's kind of a pansy/pussy. In Blackest Night #2, I think all of those judgments of Aquaman have gone right out the window. It's him versus Mera and versus Garth, the newly appointed ruler of Atlantis. A huge, vicious battle. His own people are trying to stop him. And he uses his psychic powers to call his, fishy friends, only they're great white sharks, and they're fucking killing his soldiers in, just a brutal massacre. Holy shit, that is some fucked up shit, people. And then we have more deaths and more people joining the Black Lantern Corps, like Deadman, Boston Brand, he's dead, and Spectre, and then Barry and Hal are still fighting against the Martian Manhunter. And then at the end, they try to incinerate him, but his own little Justice League of Hawkman and Hawkgirl, Ralph and Sue, and Firestorm come to join him. So it's a great issue, great series. I can't wait for the next issue. Next up from Marvel, we have Ultimate Comics Avengers #1. Now this is Mark Millar back on the Ultimates, thank God. And he even has a little commentary within the first page of Nick Fury looking at the Tri-Skeleton, looking around after the flood, going, I leave this place for 10 minutes, and what the hell happens? Kind of like Millar leaving the Ultimate Universe for a couple minutes and letting Jeff Loeb take the reins. Anyway, don't worry, we are in good hands again. Unfortunately, the Ultimate Team isn't all that it used to be. It's just Cap, Hawkeye, and Iron Man. But only Hawkeye and Cap are in this issue. They're going up against AIM troopers who are trying to raid the Baxter building, and apparently the person who is coordinating all this is Red Skull, and he kicks Captain America's ass. And if you've been reading the Ultimate series, you know that doesn't happen very, very often, if not never. And we found out at the end, the big reveal is that Red Skull is Captain America's son. Dude, I know some of us go through this whole punk rock phase, but tattooing and bleaching your own face, that's a little bit too far when it comes to rebelling against your parents. Anyway, killer issue. I'm so glad that Miller's back, and Carlos Pacheco's art, gorgeous, fits the series well. Next up from Image, we have The Walking Dead #64. Now, last time Dale was taken and his leg was being chewed on by a couple of cannibals, and in this issue, instead of being shocked and in horror, he starts laughing. He starts laughing a lot, and the cannibals are going, what's so goddamn funny? And he says, I'm tainted meat, and he shows his bite mark showing that the zombies bit him. And all that stuff that they've been eating, it's been contaminated. And they start, they're pissed because they start throwing up their meal, they start kicking him, beating him up. And apparently these cannibals like the taste of women a lot better because there's that layer of fat. So now they're going to go back to the party, they're going to use him as bait. And meanwhile, Andrea is telling Rick about how first they didn't really love each other and how she was just using him to sleep in the RV. And then she really grew to love Dale, so she was very concerned about his safety and where he's at. Well, at the end, there's a big shootout because they're trying to lure the guys into the forest, but Rick says, no, they're fucking with the wrong people. So, again, Walking Dead continues to be such a great story, issue after issue, and hey, turns out it's going to be on AMC sometime within these next couple of years. Not sure how I feel about that, rather it be on Showtime or HBO, but let's see what happens. We still got the comics, that's all that matters. Next up from Marvel, we have Deadpool #13. Now remember last issue where I was really concerned because he blew his brains out? Well, as I recalled, they grew back, and it was just a way to pass time, we find out. With his newly acquired riches, he goes to Russia in search of a pirate vessel. Not this huge, aircraft carrier battleship, but the one tugging it, the little tugboat tugging the big battleship. And he wants that loaded up with guns. Him and Hydra Bob are going to go out on the ocean and be pirates. They're going to be scurvy, scalawag dogs. And so they find this one island that they're going to poach at, where it's an island for the rich. So when the rich go in on their boat, they'll go intercept them, loot them, and then, have their way with them. Well, while going to this island, the island itself is under attack, and one of the cute natives, yet blind, catches Deadpool's heart, and Hydra Bob in the parrot outfit nominates Deadpool to protect the island for free. He doesn't need money, he's rich. And then Deadpool introduces him to the teaching stick, which is a piece of bamboo that he keeps hitting. It's pretty funny. Deadpool continues to be fun. What can I say? It's fun. It's fun stuff. Funny fun stuff. And finally this week from Mercury Comics, we have Atomika number 10, written by Andrew Dabb and art by Mr. Sal Avenanti, who I did get a chance to interview at Comic-Con this past couple of months. So, don't worry, that episode is hopefully going to be out by the end of this month, and then you'll get to see us talking about all this Atomika stuff. But anyway, in issue number 10, we have Atomika, shooting the shit, doing his usual Atomika thing. Up against, this time, Koshi the Deathless. And Koshi, of all the stories his mom used to tell him as a boy, Koshi is the one who really scared him, actually scared him, because no matter how many times you kill him, he doesn't die. So they're a big clash of titans. It's Atomika versus Koshi. And then the Red Army steps in, and Atomika says, "See, got my reinforcements here, you might as well just give up." Koshi says, "You idiot, they're not after me, they're after you." And this kind of concerns Atomika because he's always had his suspicions, and now they're in the flesh. So before he deals and flees from the Red Army, he takes Koshi the Deathless and throws him into the sun. Because, sure, he can come back from the dead, but if he comes back into the dead into the sun, he's going to keep on dying and coming back to life, dying, coming back to life. Until the sun finally goes out in billions of years. And he has to think about this now because Aronir, his father, who made him what he is today, he's looking for a smackdown, and it had to happen, people. It had to happen. So again, Atomika, great series. If you don't have it in your comic book store, you should just shun them and then request that they buy it. Well, comic book fans, that does it this week for Cammy's Comic Corner. If you want more Cammy's Comic Corner goodness, head on over to www.cammyscomiccorner.com. From there, you can subscribe to us on the RSS feed, on iTunes, Twitter, talk on the forum, see the book of the month, and read the weekly reviews that I put up. And also, if you like any of the kick-ass t-shirts that you see me wearing, head on over to www.deadlinegraphics.net and send Kelly an email. From there, he has a whole collection of different Marvel, DC, Image, IDW t-shirts, all for great prices. He usually has some deals going on. There's only one name that I trust when it comes to comic book t-shirts. That is Kelly over at www.deadlinegraphics.net. And also, the contest this week from my lovely sponsors over at Rising Sun Creations at rsc-online.com. They were nice enough to donate variant copies. We have a variant, 1 in 15 variants of the Ultimate Comics series. Ultimate Comics Avengers #1 with the Red Skull cover, and Ultimate Comics Spider-Man #1 with the Mysterio cover. So, if you would like any of one of these items, send me an email to cammyscomiccorner@gmail.com with the subject line, Ultimate Comics Contest. Please, U.S. residents only, and in the email, please, people, put your shipping address so I don't have to play email tag with you and eventually get the comic out. Get your email address, hey, you won, ship it off the next day. So thanks again to my sponsor, Rising Sun Creations. If you want more comic books, manga, or collectible toys imported straight from Japan, go on to rsc-online.com. Well, comic book fans, that does it this week for comics. Hopefully I'll have a pick next week, but I probably will. It's just sometimes a fast 5 is good enough. This has been Cammy's Comic Corner. I have been your host, Cammy, and that blueberry bagel with cream cheese has been sitting there for the past 10 minutes, just longing to be eaten by me. Ooh, it just gave me love. Coming after you in a little bit.